Hello, my dear student. Welcome once again the course number 1, that is PSCT 121 Electrodynamics in MSc Physics. Student, in previous two video, we will discuss the inhomogeneous wave equation and gauge transformation. In this video, we will discuss the next point, that is the Lorentz and Coulomb gauge. Let's see the firstly Lorentz gauge. Okay. In previous video, we will obtain the Maxwell equation in terms of electrodynamic potential. Okay. In previous video, that is the inhomogeneous wave equation, we will obtain the two electrodynamic potential. That is, one is the magnetic vector potential A, and another is a magnetic scalar potential phi, and that equation is that this Maxwell's equation in terms of electrodynamic potentials are two electrodynamic potential, that is the magnetic vector potential A and magnetic scalar potential phi. In that first equation is that equation del square A minus mu epsilon dabba square A by dabba t square minus del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to mu j. That is the equation number 1. And second one is the del square phi minus mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square plus dabba by dabba t del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. These are the Maxwell equation in terms of electrodynamic potential, two electrodynamic potential A bar and phi. Then we will see the in previous video, that is the Lorentz condition. Lorentz condition are del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t. Lorentz condition are these Lorentz condition: del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to 0. Then apply Lorentz condition, then equation 1 and 2 becomes, that means this term, this del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to, we put that is equal to 0. That means this total term will cancel and this total term will cancel. Then equation 1 and 2 becomes this del square A minus mu epsilon dabba square A by dabba t square is equal to minus mu j. That is equation number 3. And lastly, then we apply Lorentz condition, del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to 0. That means this equation reduces to del square phi minus mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. This is the equation number 3 and equation number 4. Okay. Then because the Lorentz condition are del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to 0. These are the equation number 5. Then next step, applying gauge transformation of equation 5. In previous video, we will discuss the gauge transformation. That is the two gauge transformation. One is the A dash and another is a phi dash. A dash is the transformation of magnetic vector potential and phi dash is the transformation of magnetic scalar potential. Then we applying the gauge transformation of equation 5. Equation 5 are that is the Lorentz condition, and we apply the gauge transformation. That means del dot A dash plus mu epsilon dabba phi dash divided by t is equal to 0. Okay. Then next we put the value of A dash and phi dash. That is the gauge transformation, and these are the right. This del dot A dash is the A minus del psi plus mu epsilon as it is, dabba by dabba t, phi dash is the phi plus dabba psi by dabba t is equal to 0. These two are the gauge transformation, that is the A dash, and these are the phi dash. Then we multiply this del, and that term is the del dot A minus del into del square psi plus mu epsilon dabba by dabba t multiply this phi, and this term are mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t plus mu epsilon dabba by dabba t into dabba psi by dabba t is dabba square psi by dabba t square is equal to 0. Okay. In the next term, this minus del square psi and this plus mu epsilon dabba square psi by dabba t square, these two term transform of the RHS, and this minus psi transform of that side, it will be the plus, and this plus it will be the minus. Then equation 6 are the del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to del square psi minus mu epsilon dabba square psi by dabba t square. But this del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba psi by dabba c is the Lorentz condition, that is equal to 0. That means it shows that this A dash and phi dash, these two gauge transformation also satisfy the gauge condition. Also satisfy the gauge condition, and this gauge transformation are known as a Lorentz gauge. This transformation is known as a Lorentz gauge. That means they satisfy A dash and phi dash satisfy the gauge condition because system remains unchanged, and that is the Lorentz gauge. This is known as this gauge transformation is known as a Lorentz gauge. And this, we put this del dot A plus mu epsilon is equal to 0, then equation becomes this del square psi minus mu epsilon dabba square psi by dabba t square is equal to 0. Then we put that this is the square, and that square is a D'Alembert operator. This square is a D'Alembert operator, and this D'Alembert operator, that psi is equal to 0. This is equation 7, and that's the value of D'Alembert operator is del square minus mu epsilon dabba square by dabba t square. And this equation 7 implies that Lorentz condition is invariant because system remains unchanged in this gauge function, which are the solution of homogeneous wave equation. And this is the Lorentz gauge. This is the Lorentz gauge. Then next we will see the Coulomb's gauge. We will see the Coulomb's gauge. Again, we use the Maxwell's field equation in terms of two electrodynamic potential. One are the magnetic scalar potential, and another is the magnetic vector potential A bar. Scalar potential, that is the phi, and that equation, same equation, del square A minus mu epsilon dabba square A by dabba t square minus del in bracket del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to minus mu j. Then del square phi minus mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square plus dabba by dabba t in bracket del dot A plus mu epsilon dabba phi by dabba t is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. This is equation number 2. These two equations are two inhomogeneous wave equation in terms of electrodynamic potential, or it is also known that is the Maxwell field equation. Maxwell field equation. Then we apply, or we assume the field satisfy the condition. Then we apply this condition, that is the del dot A is equal to 0. We apply from equation 1 and 2 this condition, that is the del dot A is equal to 0, and this condition is known as a Coulomb gauge condition. This condition is known as a Coulomb gauge condition of equation 1 and 2. Then we put this del dot A is equal to 0 in equation 1 and equation 2. That means this term del into del dot A and dabba by dabba t del dot A, this term will be cancelled. Then the remaining terms are del square A minus mu epsilon dabba square A by dabba t square minus plus minus mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t is equal to minus mu j. And then we put this del dot A is equal to 0, that means del square phi minus mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square plus, then multiply this dabba by dabba t, multiply these two terms, but first term will be 0, that means mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square, that will be the plus, and this plus mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square and minus mu epsilon dabba square phi by dabba t square will cancel, is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. This is equation 3 and equation 4. And then equation 4 is reduces to del square phi. This two term will cancel. That means del square phi is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. This is equation number 5. And this is del square phi is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. This is the famous equation, that is this equation 5 is known as a Poisson's equation. Equation 5 is known as a Poisson's equation. Since the equation 5 is obtained from the equation 4 by imposing means that provide the condition, that is the del dot A. Del dot A is equal to 0, and such a gauge is dissociate potential phi and A is known as a Coulomb gauge. That condition is known as a Coulomb gauge condition. Okay, we will obtain the that is Poisson's equation, that is del square phi is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon. Okay, then in that next, the solution of that Poisson equation is phi x alpha dot comma t is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon, not epsilon naught, integration rho alpha dash t dot comma t alpha, sorry, integration rho x alpha dash comma t divided by r into dv dash. This is the solution of this Poisson equation, that is the del square phi is equal to minus rho divided by epsilon naught. This alpha, sorry, x alpha comma t, this is the coordinate of field point. This is x alpha comma t, it is the coordinate of field point, and that's this x dash alpha comma t, it is a coordinates of a source point. It is a coordinates of a source point. Then let's see the figure. Let's see the figure. This s x dash alpha comma t, this is the source point, and this f x alpha comma t, this is the field point, and that is r is the distance between, sorry, r is the distance between that source point and field point. That means these charges will present in the this source point, that is the s, and this field point, that means we calculate the potential in that the field point. Okay, then let's see the this equation. Phi is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon integration rho dv dash divided by, this is the potential, this is the potential due to volume charge density. We will see this equation in TYBSc electrodynamics book, and that dv dash is the arbitrary volume element at S, that is a small volume element. Okay, then now J is the current density. Now J is the current density, and that current density, this JL and JT, we will see this two term, that is the JL and JT. This Coulomb gauge is also known as a transverse gauge. This Coulomb gauge or is also known as a transverse gauge. Okay, this is the solution of Poisson equation. But let's now the one equation are there, that is the J bar is equal to JL bar plus JT bar, and J is the current density, and this JL is the longitudinal component. JL means this is the longitudinal components of current density, and JT is the transverse component of current density. But we know one equations are there in terms of that JL and JT, that is the del cross JL is equal to 0 and del dot JK is equal to 0. Del cross JL is equal to 0 and del dot JK is equal to 0. Let's remember these two equations, that is the del cross JL is equal to 0 and del dot JK is equal to 0. Now by using vector calculus, we know the vector calculus studied in SYBSc, that del cross del dot J is equal to del dot J minus del square J. But we calculate the value of del square J, then del square J transform of that side, it will be the minus, transform that side, it will be the plus, and this del cross J transform of that side, it will be the minus. That means equation are del square J is equal to del dot J minus del cross J. Okay, but the current density are the not a single component, that is the two component, that is the JL and J dash. Then combine of that del square J means J is equal to, from equation number 6, JL bar plus JT bar, and del square JL bar plus JT bar is equal to remaining term del dot J minus del cross J. Then we multiply in bracket del square, that term are del square JL plus del square JT is equal to del dot J minus del cross J. Okay, then this equation del square JL plus del square JT is equal to del dot J minus del cross J. Then comparing this equation, comparing coefficient of this equation, and the terms are del square JL is equal to del dot J, equation number 7, del square JT is equal to minus del cross J. That is comparing the above equations. Then this two new equations 7 and 8, del square JL is equal to del cross del dot J, and del square JT is equal to minus del cross J. The next step, that is the solution of equation 7 and 8 are given by, solution are given directly, that is the JL is equal to minus 1 divided by 4 pi del integration del dot J divided by R dv dash, equation number 9, and this jt is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon del cross del integration j bar divided by r into dv dash. That is the no numbering equation, because this equation do not use in the above equation. In the next continue equation, that is the equation of, we use the equation number 9, that is the JL bar, only longitudinal component of current density, and these two equations are there. Then from equation 3 are, we write this del square a bar minus mu epsilon dabba square a by dabba t square minus mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t is equal to mu j. Then this term minus mu epsilon, this term transform from that side, and that will be the plus. Then equation becomes del square a minus mu epsilon dabba square a by dabba t square is equal to mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t minus mu j, and this minus as it is minus. Okay. Then del square a minus mu epsilon dabba square a by dabba t square is equal to mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t minus mu. But j, current density, are the two components. One is the JL and another is the JT. These two components will attach, and this, let us first, this equation number are 10. We put the value of j. But because the two component of the current density, one is the longitudinal and another is a transverse. This is equation number 10. Then let us solve only first term of RHS, means this term, only first term of RHS, that is a mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t. We will solve the only that RHS of first term of equation 10, that is the mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t. Then this term are the mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t is equal to mu epsilon as it is del d by del as it is d by dt, and we put the equation 5. This equation, this is the potential due to volume charge density, and we will discuss, or we will see the in TYBSc book, that is a phi is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon integration rho divided by r into dv dash. Then we put the value of phi. Okay. Then next, this this epsilon and epsilon get cancelled, and the remaining term 1 divided by 4 pi will separate out, and that mu divided by 4 pi del integration, and this d by dt will multiply on that integral, and this is dabba rho by dabba t divided by r into dv dash. Then we put the value of this dabba rho by dabba t, but we know the famous equation, that is the equation of continuity, that is the dabba rho by dabba t plus del dot j is equal to 0. This is the equation of continuity, and we will prove the in TYBSc book. In that equation, that is rho and j will interlock with each other, and this, the value of dabba rho by dabba t is equal to this del dot j, it will be the plus, transform that side, it will be the minus, and then dabba rho by dabba t is equal to minus del dot j. Then the value of dabba rho by dabba t put on that equation, and that equation are mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t is equal to mu divided by 4 pi del integration minus del dot j divided by r into dv dash. Okay. Then this mu will be separate out, and on all the term in the bracket, and that is the minus 1 divided, this minus 1 divided by 4 pi del integration del dot j divided by r into dv dash. But this bracket, total bracket is known as that is a longitudinal component of current density, and that is JL is equal to, remaining JL is equal to minus 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon del integration del dot j divided by r into dv dash. Then equation becomes mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t is equal to mu, and this bracket is replaced as a JL. That is the equation number 11. Mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t is equal to mu JL. That is the equation number 11. Then using equation 11, equation 10 becomes, then equation 10 are the, then put the value of this mu epsilon del dabba phi by dabba t, and the value are, that is the mu JL, and equation 10 are del square a minus mu epsilon dabba square a by dabba t square is equal to, then RHS of first term, that the value of mu JL minus mu in bracket JL plus JT bar. Then in next term, that minus mu multiply of that bracket, and equation becomes del square a minus mu epsilon dabba square a by dabba t square is equal to mu JL as it is, minus plus minus mu JL bar plus minus mu jt, and this mu jl bar and mu gl plus mu gl minus mu gl get cancelled, remaining minus mu jt. And this term, this a bar is common, and that del square minus mu epsilon dabba square by dabba t bracket complete a bar is equal to minus mu jt bar, and therefore this term del square minus mu epsilon dabba square by dabba t square, this equation is equal to that D'Alembert operator, that is the, this is a square bracket and this is the D'Alembert operator, and this del A is equal to minus mu jt bar. These are the point of that Coulomb gauge. In this video we will discuss the 2 point, that is the Coulomb gauge and Lorentz gauge. In next video we will discuss the another point. Thank you.